We are taking your calls. Unleash the lawyers. Jennifer Smatters, Chicago. Alex Sanchez, New York. Also joining us, Anahita Sedaghatfar. Thank you for being with us, Anna. I want to go first to Jennifer Smatters. Jennifer, from what I understand, the yard guy is now not speaking to police at all. Now, if he were innocent, don't you think he would be giving his alibi? He would be exclaiming how he had nothing to do with this. He would be telling cops when and if the girl had ever been in his home. Instead, he's totally clammed up. He's not speaking at all.
Telltale sign, I think, here is that if you can't say anything, you've got something to hide. And again, every defendant has a right to their attorney, but here, if he really had this child's best interest at heart, he would be speaking freely about everything and anything he knows. Instead, he's impeding the police's investigation, and it's unspeakable.
You know, what is bugging me, Anahita, is while we're out beating the bushes looking for Gabby, her mother can't even eat. He's having, let's see, cereal, toast, coffee, and fruit. I didn't have that for breakfast. Nobody prepared it for me. Lunch, spaghetti, salad, bread, and milk. Tonight, chicken casserole, rice, veggies, dessert, and milk. Why? Why is he kicked back with all the amenities, having food served to him, while all I want to know is where is Gabby, Anahita? What about that?
Yeah, you know, Nancy, my heart definitely goes out to this mother. I cannot imagine the pain that she's feeling not knowing where her daughter is. But hey, there are plenty of reasons why we as defense attorneys advise our clients not to speak to the police without an attorney, the least of which is guilt or innocence here. We've seen time and time again where individuals suspected of crimes speak with the police department and their statements get twisted. We see false confessions. We see, you know, memory lapses misconstrued as outright lies.
You know, no matter which way you cut it, Nancy, being in jail is not a great place to be. Mm-hmm. But, you know, you keep touching upon an issue, but you're not going into the significance of it. And that is, why in God's name would the mother somewhat disguise her relationship with this guy? They're telling the police initially that he's an acquaintance of hers. We're finding out from third parties that maybe he had a romantic relationship or that he even lived in the house. Isn't that a significant issue which should cause the police to ask questions of her?
Okay, so I'm just going to go with you, Sanchez. I'm going to agree with you that the mother did not tell everybody she had dated this guy. Okay. Where has that got me? Other than the mother who has not eaten a bite since her daughter went missing, who can't even stand up right now. She's in such grief. So she dated him. Now, where does that get me? Where does that advance the investigation? Unless you're saying the mom is somehow involved, and if you're saying that, you can tear his mic off right now.
No, I am not saying that. I'm saying that it raises a question in my mind, as it should raise a question in your mind.
A question as to
information wasn't clear and upfront from the beginning, just like this girl's father was asking before.
But even if it's true, and I agree with you, Sanchez, you're preaching to the choir right now. She should have given it up at the get-go. I've got her on tape saying he was an acquaintance. All right, fine. So she hid the fact that she had dated him. Now, where does that have me? How have I advanced the search for Gabby, or have I?
Let me tell you something. The next issue...
Or am I focusing on the mom for no reason?
No, the next issue is that you said there was no evidence that the house had been broken into. Well, two conclusions can be drawn for that. Number one, somebody had access to that house and went in and took her. The second conclusion is that she left her on her own volition.
Well, and what about the blood?
Yeah,
but
you know what?
The blood, Sanchez,
is important, but I'd like to know whether or not the police have been able to age that blood. I mean, was the blood there,
you know better
not
than
there
me.
shortly before she left?
You know as well as me that you can't date DNA, but I bet they know whether it had completely dried or not. I'm going to ask you, Sheriff Lott, you know where this is. All right, put up Sanchez, Smatters, and Anahita Sedaghatfar. All right, Sanchez, can you give me one good scenario where this girl's blood and hair is on duct tape in the handyman's home?
Without knowing more information, I can't. But one of the issues that's going to come up by the defense attorneys, Nancy, is how did the police, and maybe the sheriff can give you this or that information, how did the police enter into the apartment of Mr. Grant? Did they do it by,
you're going back with a,
court order?
With a search warrant. All right. Well, they had a search warrant. Sheriff Lott, you had a search warrant to search this place, right?
That's correct. Everything